Hey Bikes and Blades fans, I'm back with another video that's not about bicycles or knives, but it is about lighting. In this case, I'm going to take my LED shop light over my workbench and I'm going to turn it into a multicolor Alexa controlled shop light. So stick with me and I'll show you how I do it. Okay, so I've taken the shop light down and dusted it off and I'm ready to start working on it. And because this is an LED shop light, it's not really intended to be opened up by the user. In fact, there's a little label on it here that says contains no user serviceable parts. But I need to get into it in order to do what I want to do, to put in additional colored LED lights. So to get the lens off the shop light, I have to get this end cap off, and that means I have to drill out the 3 little pop rivets that hold it on, at least at one end. So I've got a 7/64" drill bit, and I'm going to drill out these pop rivets. That was pretty painless, so I think this should just come off here now. Ta-da! Now that I've got this end cap off, I want to see what's inside the light. I think it's an aluminum rail held by 6 screws, but I may not have to take it apart that far. In fact, I think I just have to take the lens off. Yep. This lens, the lens just slides into grooves in this aluminum extrusion that acts as a heatsink and mounting plate for the normal white LEDs. Alright, so I've got the light and the lens set aside, and I'm going to show you the parts that I'm going to use to modify the light to make it Amazon Echo controlled. So I actually got the idea for this project from a set of LED strip lights that I bought for another project. It's the HitLights Eclipse kit. And these are really cool, but they're controlled by an RF remote. What I bought for this project is this set of HitLights Echo-controlled strip lights. And this has all the stuff that you need in order to install multicolored Echo-controlled strip lights. I also bought some additional connectors to allow me to make a U-turn at the end of the light fixture, because I'm going to have a strip of LEDs going down one side and another strip coming back the other side. And this set of 4-wire connectors is going to allow me to make that U-turn. Inside the box of Echo-controlled strip lights, what you get is an AC to 12-volt adapter. And I'll show you how that's going to work with this project in a little bit. You also get the controller module, cleaning wipe for, I think, adhesion of the strips to whatever you're going to mount them on. And then you get a reel of the LED strip lights themselves. And let's see what those look like. You can see it's a silicone-coated strip with adhesive on the back and a 4-wire connector on the end. And the way this works is that you pull off the length you need, and then you cut it at the points where it's about to break, which is where there's a copper contact. Right there. Alright, so I took a little break and I went and got this hooked to my network, and as you can see, the lights are lit up, and now I can control their color through the app. For instance, I can set it to red or gold, or I can go to cyan. I'm going to turn off my shop light here so you can see this. So you can see I can change the color. And I can also change the brightness through the app. That's 100% brightness, red. There's gold. We can do magenta, sky blue. So it's pretty cool. And the nice thing is I can control this through my Amazon Alexa or Echo devices too. So I'll show you that once I get it inside and hooked up. One thing that I have to do with this light is make a hole for the cord for the strip lights to come out through the end cap. And when I look inside here, there's actually a little mold indentation that's pretty much in the right place. So I'm going to mark that, and I'm going to drill a hole and make a little slot for the connector on the end of the controller to come through. Alright, the next thing I want to do is clean the inside of the light really well so that the strip lights will stick. I'm just going to use some rubbing alcohol and a clean cloth and give these a really good cleaning. Now that I've got that clean, I'm going to run in my actual pieces of strip light, and that means I have to cut them down to the right size. And the nice thing about this is that there is a cut location right where I want it, right down here at the end. Gives me about the exact length I want. So I'm just going to cut it at this little junction point here. So that's one side. And then for the other side, I'm just going to pick up where I left off. And then back down here, and again cut it at that little junction point. I've got a lot of lights left over, so I can do another project later if I get another controller. Now, at the end, I have to hook up one of these U connectors here with the 4 wires to make the corner so that both sides of the LED strip will be powered. Okay, so there's a little latch on these pieces. There we go. Okay, and then the wires are coated with 4 different colors. As long as I match them up end to end so that it's the same going around the corner, so that the black goes to the plus 12 volts on both sides, I should be fine. Alright, let's power that up and see if it works. Got the controller. Oh yeah. Success. It works. Ta-da! Now I just got to stick them in there, put everything back together, and I think I'm good to go. I did run into one complication with this project. The pull chain that turns on the shop light also turns on this socket down at the other end, which is for daisy chaining multiple shop lights together. I was going to use that to power my AC to DC adapter. But since this is only live when the shop light is turned on, it means I'd have to have the shop light and the color changing LED lights active at the same time. And the very bright white shop light would overwhelm the colored LEDs, so I need to make this outlet always live. So I've drilled the pop rivets out of the other end of the lamp, and now I'm going to remove all the electrical assembly from the lamp by undoing these screws. I think there's 6 that I need to do, possibly 8, because there's 2 more here. So I'm going to undo those and see if we can get the light taken apart. Okay, you can tell it's about to come apart here. The aluminum rail that holds the LEDs, including my new colored LED strips, has come loose. So now we just need to redo the wiring so that the outlet is not switched. Basically what I'm doing is I'm pulling the hot lead for the outlet, which is this black wire here. And that goes, yeah, that goes the hot lead. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to patch it into the hot lead that goes into the switch. And what that's going to do is make that outlet down at the other end always live. Alright. So yeah, so we've got hot coming in, going to the switch, also going to my outlet at the other end. And then the hot from the switch goes into the power supply for the LEDs. And then here's the LED wires. Yeah, this should work. Either that or I'm going to get electrocuted, one of the two. Plug in my adapter. Plug in my LEDs. Okay. And then I'm going to plug this in and hopefully no sparks. Looks good. Okay, my LEDs have power. They're powered up, ready to connect to the network. And at the same time, I also have my shop light LED, which is much brighter. So I think I'm ready to go. I'm just gonna zip tie the wires, put the aluminum rail back in the light fixture, close it all up, take it inside and hook it up and show you how it works. Since this light was put together with pop rivets to begin with, I'm going to go ahead and reassemble it with pop rivets, but you could also use some really small sheet metal screws if that's what you have. Alright, so it's a little later in the evening. I got the light all put back together. I slid the lens in, riveted on the other end cap, and it's back up where it belongs, and so now I can show you how it works. Echo, set the shop light to green. Echo, set the shop light to 50%. Echo, set the shop light to blue. Echo, set the shop light to 100%. Echo, set the shop light to red. Alright, so I hope you enjoy this. I know it's not knives or bikes, and I promise I will get back to those topics soon. But in the meantime, I hope these little home improvement and electronics projects are entertaining to you. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will catch you again soon.